in blue lights. Nathan stopped. To his left was a bar, complete with bartender and barmaid. And to his right was a makeshift dance floor. At least 50 people stood around in small groups. A few of them turned their eyes to him as he decided on the bar. 6 patrons sat at the bar, all in various degrees of costume. The 4 women wore black makeup around their eyes and on their lips, and one had extremely long red fingernails. The 2 men looked unnaturally pale. One of them nodded at him and smiled to reveal fangs. Nathan sat on a bar stool. These people were not vampires. He heard their hearts beating and felt the heat from their bodies. In fact, he felt no hint of another vampire anywhere in the area. How special? The bartender, tall and lanky, looked about 30. He grinned as he waited for Nathan's response. Yes, please. The 6 at the bar were now focused on him, as if waiting for something to happen. Nathan picked up the dark goblet placed in front of him and sniffed. Blood? He sipped, then turned his head and spat the vile liquid out to the floor as he coughed. The group around him laughed. The bartender leaned toward him. Something wrong? Nathan shoved the glass toward him. This is stale. Have anything fresher? The laughter died down to impressed chuckles. You want fresh? The sultry voice accompanied an arm that fell across his shoulder. Nathan looked back at the woman who stood behind him, the tender underside of her arm exposed to his mouth. She was tall and wore tight black leather that held lots of curves. Holding her dark eyes with his own, Nathan took her arm and kissed it. He raised one eyebrow, perhaps later. She smiled, winked, and walked away. Oh man, the one closest to him said. I can't believe you turned down an invitation from Mistress Desire. I'd give my left nut to be under her whip. Nathan wrapped his hand around the new goblet placed in front of him. Its contents were undoubtedly as foul as the last, so he chose not to drink, but it made a good prop. You come here often? He asked the young man who had just spoken. Here? You mean the parties? Nathan nodded. Every time he has one. Where else can you find so many freaks in one place? He? The human's eyes narrowed with suspicion. Yeah, he. This was not where Nathan would find out what was going on, no doubt. Raising the glass to his lips, he pretended to drink. Cool, you got the invitation. The young blonde woman who appeared to his left wore the standard dark clothes, which made her hair look snowy white in comparison. She also looked familiar. Missy? She nodded, smiling at his recognition. You're the one who left the invitation in my mailbox? Yeah. Nathan recalled the brief conversation he'd had with the young woman at least a year earlier. She lived a few blocks from him and had just had a fight with her boyfriend, and Nathan stopped to ask about her well-being. He remembered the look of confusion on her face when he'd admitted to being a vampire. Then he'd explained that he drew blood at the local hospital. She'd been mildly amused. Do you attend these parties often? She shrugged. This is only my second one, but the last one was a blast. Lots of cute guys. She glanced around. I can get some blow for you if you want. Blow? You know, cocaine. Oh, thank you, but no. Whatever. She leaned over the bar. Can I have a Coke? The bartender nodded and filled a glass for her. Missy sipped from a tiny straw, then looked at Nathan. You want to dance or something? Nathan turned around on his bar stool to study the writhing mass of bodies. I'm not good at these new dances. Missy waved. Oh, this isn't new. It's good old-fashioned headbanger stuff. He frowned. Not really my style. Oh. She took another long draw of her drink, then returned the empty glass to the bar. Well, I'll see you later. I gotta find someone to dance with. Nathan watched her walk away, swinging her hips and checking out each of the guys she passed. He wondered how safe the place was for an attractive young woman. Along the far side of the large room were a half-dozen doors. One couple in the process of undressing each other disappeared through one of them. All of his appetites, the invitation had promised. Certainly mortal appetites could be quenched in this place. In the direction of the dance floor were 15 or 20 small tables, most surrounded by more people than they were designed to hold. At one of the tables, however,